We start. How many countries have you traveled to?
Oh wow. 21. Is that 21 or 22?
What?
Please.
Oh my God.
They're counting 90 something, 80 something.
I'm
21
embarrassed.
just
I'm
no worry,
embarrassed.
it only just
I
started.
think I've done
one.
just 3. See, spend or save?
Spend.
Are you sure?
It's a mix of both, but spend. Yeah.
Follow your heart or use your head?
Use your head, because your heart can put you into trouble.
Routine or spontaneity?
Routine.
Pray about it or act on it immediately?
Pray about it.
Welcome back to Conversations with Lola, a place where you have meaningful conversations about life, friendships, relationships, and everything in between. Today, I have a special guest in the house.
Hello.
Her name is Ayomiku. Ayomiku is my friend. She's a project manager. She is an entrepreneur. She travels a lot. Like, she's crazy about traveling and recording these experiences. Ayomiku, please, maybe you should introduce yourself better.
Okay, thank you, Titi. Hi, everybody. My name is Ayomiku, just as Titi has said, aka Miku Baby.
Miku.
Yes.
Miku. Now, I think her new name is Big Mix.
Big Mix. Oh, Big Mix. Yes, so I'm a project manager. I like to have fun. I like to travel. I like to create experiences, and I like spending time with people. So thank you, Titila, for having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's my pleasure to have you. Ayomiku is such an amazing person. I don't know. Do you want me to call you Ayomiku or Miku? Because I feel like I'm going to be skipping it.
Anyone that comes.
Anyone is fine.
Anyone
Okay.
that comes is fine.
So yeah. So today we're going to be talking about relationships, self-development, books, travel, everything Miku likes to do.
Okay.
So it's going to be a fun one. I'm sure you're going to get one or two things from this episode. So please. So we're just going to jump right in. So my first question for Miku is, which place you travel to that changed your perspective on life? Where have you traveled to that changed your perspective on life?
Okay. I don't want to start by saying that, I've been to so many places. But yeah, one thing I've realized is traveling opens your mind to different things, different experiences, different opportunities. Mm-hmm. And
Wait, before we start, how many countries have you traveled to?
Oh, wow. 21.
What?
Is that 21 or 22?
What?
Please.
Oh my God.
They're counting 90 something, 80 something.
I'm embarrassed. I'm
embarrassed. It only just starts.
I think I've done just 3.
See, you start with 1 and just keep going on and on and on. So yeah, about 21.
Okay.
But one trip I would say really changed my mind on traveling was in 2020. I went to Berlin and I was at an event and I needed to use the bathroom urgently. I got to the door, and usually in the UK you see that it's the sign of a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
And you know which one to enter. No questions asked.
This is great.
Nothing. But this one, they actually wrote female and male in German, and I could not interpret it. I was so pressed, and I was like, oh my God, which one am I entering? I had to quickly go on Google Translate to find out which one was which.
So they didn't have the signs, like the symbols.
The symbols were not there. It was just, example, writing female in Yoruba or writing male in Yoruba, and Google Translate helped me.
We need to sue them. That's very wrong.
Yeah, Google Translate helped me to go into the right bathroom. I just realized that if you're not in your familiar environment, you feel very imprisoned. And that sort of made me feel like before you go somewhere, try to know about their culture, their language, even as little as how do you say thank you, how do you say bye-bye. So from there, opened my mind to wanting to know more about cities, countries, about people's way of life. And yes, that was one trip I will never, ever, ever forget.
I can imagine. I feel like we're so comfortable in our own space that we feel like everything literally is the same elsewhere. Until you step outside of your comfort zone and then realize that
it's different.
Things are different outside. Right. There's a different way of doing things. There's an entirely different perspective of seeing life. Very true. I can feel you on that.
Very true. I couldn't wait to come back to the UK. When I saw an English sign, I was like, I'm back home.
Wait, so when you went to the restaurants, how did that work out for you? Or did you have to?
So the good thing is my sister was with me, so she was my interpreter. But
okay.
there and then, when I needed to use it, but she couldn't follow me everywhere.
Yeah.
That was the only time I felt like by myself. But every other time when you want to use the menu, you want to ask questions to find out the way. She was actually speaking the German. I was just there like a puppy.
I can
because
imagine.
they will not speak English, they will speak their German.
I feel like for me, so when I think about travel, that's a fear for me as well. I think, I'm going to a new city and I can't speak their language.
The thing is,
like, how do you get around? How do you get? So if your sister had not been there, I want to believe maybe you've gone to another city where obviously you couldn't speak their language. How were you able to navigate that?
Okay, sign language.
Whatever language
Sign
you want, how did
language.
you? Also, you had to use sign language.
Yeah, so it's as little as, you know,
Oh my God.
if you just go on your phone, put Google Translate and show them the people that are already used to tourists coming to their country. So they won't be surprised someone walks up to them and say, please, do you know, example, where Eiffel Tower? And they say, just go left, right. And some of them, they can hardly speak English, but they're like pretending not to. Yes, so like, oh, no, then they not English or something like that. But when you smile at them, when you smile at them and like, oh, I'm just sort of like signal to them, like, this is where I need to go. Luckily, you find a very friendly person and they will show you where to go. And just use Google Translate.
Okay. So when I went to UAE one time, I went to Dubai, and I mean, I think quite a number of them speak English, but I mean, it's broken English, right? So every time you had to talk, it's like, I want, you know, I don't know when you go to the market, so like, to the market, speaking to the Pakistanis, and like those people in the market, the sellers, and they just be like, or you want to buy gold. So like, for instance, you went to buy gold and like, no, I don't want them that way.
And the only thing is that you don't need to
30 dirham. Yes. No. What? You know, it was hilarious. I feel like by the time I left that place, by the time I left that place, my English was it was crazy.
But the thing is that you don't have to say the entire full sentence. By the time you say 30 dirham, that place go. They already understand that this is where you're looking for. If you
want to bargain.
Bargaining.
Yeah, so bargaining, like, that's like, no, you know, and that's the way they were communicating. So I felt like I had to, you know, respond the same way.
It adds to your experience as well.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So nice experience. So my next question for you is, if money was not a factor, where would you go tomorrow? And for me, I feel like money is not a factor for me because big mix. Big mix.
Oh wow!
Tell us, if money was not a factor, where would you go tomorrow?
God, I thank you for providing for me. So I really want to explore so many places.
Okay, what's the first one that you would go to?
So I haven't been to most parts of Asia.
I hear Japan is good.
Yeah. I think that's so when I actually like the Asia Pacific region, there is Thailand, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, and I'm like, Singapore.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Singapore. And I hear that the what's it called, the airport itself is a tourist attraction by itself.
Oh my God.
There's this waterfall there, and I think I need like 6K pounds or something.
What? Say that again.
I need like, because I'm thinking if I feel like, not like I feel like, I like to go to one country and then use the opportunity to see nearby countries. So if I'm in Singapore, around that area, I might as well do Malaysia, Thailand, Bali, and all of that.
Oh, okay.
And when I checked, I was like 7K pounds. Like, if I really want to enjoy myself, I need like 7,000 pounds.
There is nothing the Lord cannot do.
That's right.
There is nothing the Lord cannot do. The Lord is my what?
Shepherd. I have everything. Exactly. I have everything I need. We have everything we need.
Yeah,
so go start saving now, or just open GoFundMe. That please, Miko wants to explore the Asia Pacific.
Nice. So what have you heard about Singapore though? I hear. I mean, so which one has that one where they have layers, cities layered, right? So it feels like if you are you're on the streets, right? But you're like on the third or fourth floor of a different.
I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that one. I think you're more exposed
You go on Instagram and look for that thing. It's mind blowing. Like
about different layers.
Yeah. So the fact that you're on a street, right, with multiple streets, but yeah, like on a layered floor.
I won't be surprised if it's Japan because they used to Dara. I can't speak Yoruba. You can't. Woman Dara. Japanese people. They're like in 2057, and we were.
Why did I think it was Singapore? Is it Singapore that has all the trees and greeneries?
I know Singapore has this like a swimming pool on top of a building, this infinity pool or something like that. But yeah, one thing that strikes me about Singapore is it's illegal to chew gum. It's illegal to sell gum. It's illegal to buy gum.
Why?
So I think maybe people just dispose of it anywhere and it messes up the floor, litters everywhere.
So they don't chew gum in Singapore?
They're not allowed to chew gum in Singapore. That's not very unusual. But yeah, aside that, I think it's a very, very, very beautiful country and I look forward to going there. So if you want to sponsor me. Okay.
Influencer, don't sponsor her. She will tell you, she will preach you all over the place. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. So one interest Miko and I have is with respect to books as well. So she has this book club, right, where she keeps us accountable. She and every other person on the group keeps we keep one another. Where's the English now? We keep one another accountable. Yes. Right. So Miko, tell me a bit about that. What inspired that?
Okay, so the name of the group is Novel Steps. It's basically an accountability group.
Yeah.
So I know usual book clubs, they come together to read a particular book and then at the end they'll discuss. But I don't want to feel like I put pressure on people to read the same thing. Yeah. Because you might like fiction, I might like non-fiction. People might like just something.
Poems.
Exactly. Somebody. Exactly. Catch yourself. So the love for books came from 2021 because I'd always only just read books because I needed to pass exams.
Yeah.
So I started reading leisurely in 2021 and I realized that reading actually opens your mind.
It does.
Opens your mind to possibilities, imaginations, things that. And the good thing about reading is someone has gone through an experience and the person has put it in a book for you to read. So in case they made a mistake, you don't have to make the same mistake that they made.
Yeah, you can just learn from them.
You only just need to pick the book and read it. So I was like, okay, it'd be nice to have like-minded people, especially people that are struggling to read, to come together. At least if I see that, someone has read and put a message in the group saying, I read, it reminds me that, you haven't picked your book up today.
Yeah.
So it was just trying to encourage people, knowing that readers are leaders. Like, if you're not reading, if you're not learning something every day, you are dying.
Preach.
Okay, hear me.
Preach.
Yeah.
It's on this Miko's group because of our WhatsApp. That's the first time I heard a book called Orobokibo.
Another one, Amala Kimchi.
Oh my god! Yes. Like, so you just go on there, and every day I just come across different great books, right, and different titles that you just knock you off your feet. So so I think my question around books was, which book do you think everyone should read at least once from what you've read so far?
Without missing a beat, without missing it, the Bible.
Oh shit! I love it.
It's the Bible, the whole Bible, from Genesis to Revelation.
So we have read Genesis to Revelation.
Yes, by the special grace of God.
You have. Oh my god! Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
So how did this happen? What was the motivation?
Okay. Sometimes you go through some situations in life, you're like, I don't know all that one, but God, yes. So it was 2021.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that I've always had this Bible beside me, and it just shows that God is actually merciful. Because the Bible is beside me for years, and I just look at it, I'm like, okay, just a book. And honestly, we should be saying something told me. I got the leading of the Holy Spirit. Open this book.
Yes.
This book that I've been with you since 2018, 2016. It's not decoration, no. Pick it up and read. So I started reading from Romans, and I was like, oh wow. I just kept reading on and on. And the thing about the Bible is, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and this is my sister here. We're sisters in Christ, okay?
Clock it.
Bible is a manual for life.
It
You can't say you're doing life and you don't have manual. Even if you buy a laptop, whatever, there's instruction there.
Yeah.
As a Christian, that should be your manual.
Yes,
honestly, there's nothing in this life that you'll not find in the Bible. Finance, politics, relationships, marriage,
everything.
Do you know even something about cross-examination in courts is there in Proverbs?
even is it right? In King Solomon
somewhere, yes. It's in the Bible.
But you know, is it Solomon's part?
Song of Solomon.
Was it the one where he was talking to, where he was going to judge between that woman, the two women, one that said that both of them were claiming that
the
one
children.
Child
Yes,
so that was sort of like that's examination as well. But
trust me, there's nothing you're looking for you will not find in the Bible. And you get to know so much about God's character, how to always run to Him when you get stuck. Is my guide on okay. Calm down. Psalm 32 verse 8 says, I will guide you on the best pathway for your life.
I love it.
If you need to be guided by God, there's no way. He has given you a book. You need to just read it. And you will be guided.
The best book.
The best book. And then this year, I got the leading to read it again. So
how long did it take you to read?
17 months.
Are you serious? So how are you tracking?
17 months.
So you started from Romans to where?
So I started from Romans and went all the way to Revelations. And then I started Matthew back to, it was before Romans.
Mark, I think it's Mark. Like
Matthew back to the beginning of Romans. And then I was done with the New Testament. I'm like, okay. And then started from Genesis. And then, what's the last in Genesis? Malachi? Is it Malachi or Malachi?
I think it's Kai.
Genesis to Malachi. And then I made sure I had an alarm every day to remind me. Even if it's just one line, you read in this Genesis.
So what's like
read it.
So like how many lines did you end up doing every day, or how many? Like is it a chapter or a line? Or
so my plan was to do at least a chapter every day. At least a chapter every day. Then I had my notebook. Always things that stood out to me, I would write it down. And I really realized that there's some songs that we sing in church, and I'm like, so isn't it? There was one song that Hannah was singing. I think that first summer or second summer. Want to deal with some. I don't remember the exact song right now.
I think you're talking about a child or something.
And then you are reading. I'm like, no, I can't read it. This is actually a song.
It is.
There's so many songs, so many things.
I think a lot of artists get their inspiration from especially those really old ones. They get their inspiration from the Bible. Oh, so nice.
It took me 17 months from September 2021 to February 2023.
So how were you consistent? How did you remain consistent?
Hey God. The Bible is boring.
People say the Bible is boring. If you are reading from the place like with the leading of the Holy Spirit, I don't think it is, because things are spotlighted, you know, like you know, you see this and you're like, oh my God, you know. So, but how were you able to remain consistent?
You know, I think that's what carried me, the drama, the oh my God, this is in the Bible. So I was always like, oh, let me see what's the next thing. And knowing that I was doing it for myself, there was no any challenge of finish Bible in 1 year. It was at my own pace.
Oh my God, you should see the number of devotion 365 days. Like you have buckets of them.
I don't want pressure like that. And I didn't even announce to anybody. I didn't put it on social media. Nothing. It was when I finished, I didn't put it on social media, and I used people always say the Bible is running because you're going to go and read KJV and
which one did you use?
NLT. And it was a physical Bible because I like physical things. I like to underline. I like to mark and everything. So NLT, the new Living Translation. It's easy, simple English. And then anytime I finish a book, example Genesis, there was this link I used to go back to like animation video Bible project. So I'll go there to give me a summary.
So Bible project has been around since that time.
I'm sure even before 2021. So the fact that it was animation sort of video, it sparked the interest to let me watch this, and then randomly I'll just go on YouTube.
And I think those videos also help you like sort of analyze So what I do sometimes, like when I'm reading a chapter that I don't really understand, I go on YouTube and I mean look for a voice that like a voice, like a known voice. You know,
Yeah, I understand.
a lot of people are talking.
Yeah.
Many people are talking, so I look for a known voice. I find, or I use the project or the animations. I just make sure that it's something that is verifiable, not just anyone speaking anything. So, and that helps to like kind of break it down. So I might see the story from the outside, but then when I'm reading the Bible, a lot more things then begin to speak to me.
And be very gingered to continue.
That's impressive. Miku has read the Bible once and she's looking to do it again. That's very impressive.
No pressure. What you say? Is it better I read Bible that is behaving like this? Please, I've seen human being. Please, I've seen human being.
She's seen her own one. Anyways,
you need to prioritize your own self. And the people that do this are people that their relationship is on one leg. Like, the table has broken, the leg is not there.
So they're no longer prioritizing
themselves. And then